Click the referral code down below so that you too can also get 1 million skill points added to your account. Now on with the video. Hey guys, Scar Gaming here. So, probably wondering where I've been, what I've been doing, and why there's been a lack of uploads. And to be frank, it kind of came down to the fact that I just had a lot on my plate via real life or in-game. And a part of me kind of was a little bit burnt out. I really didn't feel like making videos, mostly because on top of working a 9 to 5, going through a lot of transitions, my corporation was also going through a lot at that point in time. And just to clarify, I mean like my in-game corporation. So basically, to give an update, my corporation was formed recently, and one of the biggest steps that we made was join a Null Sec alliance. And obviously, if you play this game, Null Sec is kind of where everybody wants to be, but I kind of wanted to give my perspective on this because I really truly don't think that Null Sec is for everybody. And when I say we, I kind of mean personally me. I am the CEO of my corporation and I kind of run it mostly alone. So I do have some directors, but I do think that at the end of the day, I end up making most of the choices regardless. So I was kind of the one that put us in this position. And if you heard those Discord pings, I am sorry. I forgot to turn streamer mode on while I was recording this. But anyways, I kind of digress. That first NullSec alliance kind of didn't work out, and it ended up burning out a lot of my corp members. Me in particular as well. I will be frank, I am a very new player, right? I started playing this game in January, and I could care less about null politics because at the end of the day, I kind of just want to play the game, right? There was also a really high emphasis on killboard when you sort of start going into nullsec / null security systems, which I kind of get, but I also really don't care. Like I said, I like to play the game, and you know, maybe later down the line in a few months, I will look back at this video and say, hey, I think these are the early signs of maybe me not being a good nullsec player, right? So kind of just keep that with a grain of salt. I haven't even started talking about the main topic or why this video is even being recorded. So yeah, as you know, the topic of the video is nullsec living. So if these are things that you kind of enjoy in the game, then nullsec, you know, alliance, corporation, whatever, nullsec life might be for you. To be frank, if these are things that you don't really concern yourself and you don't want to worry about, then I would wholeheartedly avoid null. I kind of enjoy playing in null because I don't need to worry about losing security, but I can also PvP freely. Mind you, if you look up my kill board, just search up Scarson, that's my character, you'll kind of start to understand that I'm not really the best at PvP. So I might even be doing a disservice to myself by playing in null, right? But I also want to kind of bring up the fact that null is actually very boring. And I mean, there's only so many ways you can make money in null, or I should say ISK. Main one being ratting, of course, which I have made some ratting videos in the past, but ratting in nullsec is a little bit different compared to that, as well as mining, as the ores within null security are very lucrative, right? So to an extent, if you want to make ISK, you probably want to live in null. There's also the aspect that a lot of industry-based bonuses are better in null. So you probably want to factor null, and you're probably asking yourself, well, if null is so nice, why are you in a wormhole? Well, that's kind of going to lead me into another point as well, is that you need to be very secretive with where you operate, what you do, where you live, who you mention it to, and that ties back into the politics of the game. And for me personally, I don't really care about the politics, but it does potentially cause some friction, whether it's your alliance or your corporation. So it's better to be safe than sorry. Just because you can tolerate certain things doesn't mean everybody will. So, like I said, if this is an aspect of the game that you will dislike, right, where you can't really, chat with everybody. I mean, there was a point in time where I was memeing about getting recruited into a corporation, and somebody comboed me, and they're flashing red, right? And you're like, well, they asked me, it's like, well, are we fighting? And I was like, yeah, like it seems like our alliances kind of hate each other, so we kind of have to fight, right? So naturally, you're most likely going to run into those situations where you probably are, if you're in a big block alliance, so Imperium, Fraternity, Pandemic Horde, Northern Coalition, Dracarys, any of those giant alliances, they're most likely fighting each other, right? So you're gonna run into the situations where somebody's red, but you don't even know why. You've probably never seen this person before ever, but naturally, because you're at war, right, it'll happen. So you kind of lose access to a lot of things. So for example, just going up to Jita, right, you're war decked, you're constantly war decked, you're always going to be war decked if you live in Null, especially in a big block, right? You'd have to live in a smaller alliance, which is what my corporation did in the beginning. And let me tell you, living in a small alliance in Null Security is like hell on earth, right? It's not fun. It's not really enjoyable. Some people like that, but you don't have a lot of luxuries that big block alliances do, and that's something to consider. That's something that you need to understand. Like, you jump into nullsec living, you will lose a lot of the things that you take for granted. I don't really want to dissuade people from living in null security, but it's kind of one of those things where at the end of the day, you have to fundamentally change how you play the game, and that's kind of hard for people. And honestly, just right there, trying to censor my chats because I don't want you guys to know where I live, which some of you probably don't care, but the fact of the matter is there probably are some psychopaths out there that will probably see it and be like, oh, they live here, I'm going to go harass them, or not harass them, but for content's sake, I'm going to go over to them and I'm going to farm them, I'm going to kill them, right? That's annoying. And that's one of the big reasons why I stopped making videos, is it's just so hard to want to make a video when it's really easy to give out intel that you don't want to. So yeah, anyways, everybody, I hope you all are having a good day, good weekend. But yeah, those are some of my thoughts. I might make out another video, to be honest, because I have some more thoughts, but I ran out of footage. So yeah, see you all in the next one.